you know what I mean, that shit gets locked in. But aside from that, you know what I mean, usually even though of course you wanted to be in a tournament going on for the 100K, but on a positive note, the person that, you know what I mean, they feel like you got robbed to, they're in the final four. So, you know what I mean, it didn't go to waste. You know what I mean? He's still advancing. But in terms of ORAD, I say all that to say because even though it wasn't as clear as your battle, it was still a lot of controversy that he had with Calico about the decision on his battle with JC. And
Nah,
now
he
you,
lost.
you feel like
He
he
lost.
lost?
Yeah, he tried to ride my wave. Oh, let me take the Nunn wave and pretend like I got robbed too. No, you lost.
You think he lost clear, or was it? Not mean, was it?
Bro, Calico could have drank a half gallon of Henny and seen it. It was a loss.
What rounds? You ain't give him the first?
I think the first, I think the first I gave Overhead the first,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I had it.
and then I think the second was the clearest round, and the third, I kind of agree with what Cal was saying with the rebuttal. Even though I don't think the rebuttal was like crazy, crazy, it kind of negated Red third, which was like it was pretty much clear for me at that point, 2-1. But I think it was a good Red though. I think he did it. I think he did his shit. I think he had a great showing, but yeah, he ain't get robbed. He lost.
Okay. And after seeing that performance, you feel like it's anything? I mean, he could do with you.
Red can always be very dangerous. I've been watching him for a long time, so I think he's had incredible showings versus Core, Briz Rothstein, his showing versus John John. Um, it's many of them, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think a lot of times people get clipped whenever they take certain battles that, oh, this person might not be at the forefront right now, and then you go in there slipping, and he's back to back. He turned into that vintage O Red that we all want to see. And I go in there looking stupid, and he clipped me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play with nobody, bro. I don't want nobody to get no easy win off me. So and on top of that, I'm pissed off. So I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? Like this is different. It could have been anybody. It ain't necessarily had to be over red. It could have been old blue, old purple. I don't give a fuck. I'm pissed the fuck off right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. I feel you. Nah, nah, nah. That was one of my next questions. Asking you like after, you know what I mean, the controversial exit in the first. You know what I mean, the majority of the coaches feeling like you should have won. I was going to ask you what is. You know what I mean, where's your intensity at? But I see it's on 1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it is, man. It is. I just think it's a lot of shit to talk about, man. And at the end of the day, without giving away too much of what I'm gonna do this weekend, I just really want to show the fans, the 84% of fans that voted for me, this is going to validate you were right.
Mm. I feel you on that. My next question for you is when you watching the battle with him and JC, is it and of course this is not giving away nothing that you got. Do you feel like JC was just better, or Red not being on URL or battling in a while caught up to him in terms of what's happening right now?
Um, Personally, I just feel like JC was a little bit better.
Okay.
Not to say Red was whack or he wasn't. He was good. I mean, I think he was actually pretty good. One of the better Reds I've seen as of recent was in the JC battle. But I think when you have somebody like JC who rarely takes a line off,
Mm-hmm.
he just hit him. He was just hitting them balls, but he was hitting them too consistently. Like every line was landing. It wasn't no. I don't really feel like JC had a lot of dry spots, and I think in a tournament style with shorter rounds, you don't really have that much time to get there. So if we adding up the punch count at the end of the battle, I think JC was more effective in that battle. Just not by a lot, but not by 84% or nothing like that. But he did his thing.
Nah, I feel you. Just a sidetrack before I ask you more questions about your battle. with Sheed versus JC, Fonz, and Swamp being the last four in there. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, who you think is winning this week out of those two
Uh,
battles?
I
Huh?
got man. All right, so boom, I got Sheed winning this week, man.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you why, man. Sheed, like his second round performance, it was like he flipped the switch. It was like he figured it out or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was deadly.
And sometimes I feel like with JC, he struggles with a performance like she's got an overpowering performance. He can make you look small on the stage. You know what I'm saying? And JC already not a tall person, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out how that's gonna look if they're both on 10 and they both are in a bag and they bars are what they supposed to be, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then you add that extra element of Sheeds moving all around the stage. Good God, yo, if she pushed JC like he pushed Trufo, Jesus Christ. JC might flip into the second round of the building, bro. Don't do that, she. Don't push him like that, man. That'd be crazy. But nah, I feel like it might be a little bit overpowering. You know what I'm saying? I think he might overpower him a little bit for real. So I got She winning. Um, Fonz and Swamp. Fonz made a terrible decision. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Fonz L can go to hell. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's big Carolina shit, and we trying to bring 100K back to the Carolina. So I'm pulling for Swamp through the whole shit.
Okay, okay. Now playing devil's advocate with what you said with JC though, JC is a fan favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So does any of what you said with she weigh in on the fact of no matter how I said this on my show because you know what I mean I'm a fan of the sport. I got no particular person in the race, so I said I feel like Sheed's second round performance was better than JC's. I got crucified, and when I see things like that, it never sways my opinion and changes it, but it then makes me understand the fight that you know what I mean somebody's going up
His
against.
second
Like
round performance was better than
it
JC's, though.
was, but you have people start saying, "Oh, DNA's disgruntled because of how him and him and how him and JC's battle went." Or JC like just the excuses of how the people think. Let me know. All right, Sheed is not just you know what I mean. It has to be a Swamp versus Nitty performance for them to give Sheed the win. That's my
Mm.
mind state. Once people are not honest with the bare truth and it's delusionality going on, I'm like, all right, cool. Now I know what it's up against. So when you saying that, in my opinion, if I had to bet
That makes
money,
sense.
I would still bet on JC because I mean he's conditioned for this and he's probably the person that's proved himself more in these type of situations. But I'm not
Yeah.
surprised if Sheed wins. So to me, I said the way people were saying it was 80-20, I'm like, I think this is like a 60-40 situation. Like, now I mean, this is
Mm.
not far fetched for Sheed to pull it off, but the way the fans is acting, I'm like, all right, I see what has to happen for
Yeah, yo, it's really not far fetched at all. And I think, if everybody would take their fandom away
yeah.
from their predictions, you can you can clearly see what I would like, why we would feel that way because if we break down JC's battles, um, when he battled Twerk, he struggled with Twerk. And I feel
Mm,
like his bars were still crazy versus Twerk.
yeah, they were.
But when you got, anybody small intestine and he putting his hand on your head and he walking all around you, it just, the feeling was different. And
Yeah,
then
it
on
looks
top
crazy.
of that, you see what I'm saying? On top of that, Twerk's pen is crazy. So if what I'm saying is if she can figure it all the way out, because you can't slack with this versus JC, plus do what you do, the performance side of things, that momentum can switch. Momentum a real thing in a battle, and if it switch into Sheed favor, it could get crazy for him. But I never really count out JC because I mean JC done gave us some of the best performances we've ever seen. So what I mean, it could really be anybody's day. Anybody could win the shit, but it's not far fetched to think she can win this tournament. It's not far fetched to think that shit.
Nah, for sure, 100%. I agree. Now